Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Monday, and for that we have super film support. Remember, you go to superfilmsupport.com, you can ask any film questions and I'll make a video answering you. Today we have Gary with a 5x7 question, and he's asking that he's into 120 format. He's got a scanner that scans up to 5x7 and what I think about 5x7 versus 4x5. So when you start thinking about large format, 4x5 and 8x10 have become the more popular options. 4x5 being by far the most popular, and 5x7 has been sort of forgotten. That is mostly because, I don't know, I think people just went for either 4x5 in scanning and printing or enlarging on an enlarger, and 8x10 for contact prints or fine or alternative processes like platinum copy like prints and stuff like that. So 5x7 kind of fell away, and nowadays you can see that reflected in the market. 5x7, there's not a lot of options in cameras, there's not a lot of options in emulsions, and sometimes you got to order film in special orders, like for example with Kodak and Canon cameras. So 5x7, what is it? Basically, as you can see here, the size of a 5x7 versus a 4x5 is quite a bit bigger, and to me it makes a lot more sense to shoot 5x7. And why? The camera's only a tad bigger than a 4x5. This is the CNR 5x7 back. We have a CNR P2 8x10 on the back. This is the CNR P2 5x7, and it's not really that big. As you can see here on the table, I can basically, the width of my hand, it doesn't weigh a lot. I don't want to move it because it's barely leveled here on the table, but it's very, very nice. When you're shooting 5x7, the good thing is most of the lenses that cover 4x5 cover 5x7, so the options are pretty big. All the lenses that cover 8x10, of course, cover 5x7, so you have a lot more circle to do movements. And when you're talking about architecture, in 8x10, lenses are very limited, but in 5x7, there's a lot of options. You can even use the 72 XL for architecture on a 5x7. And then there's a good thing about 5x7 is the ground glass is bigger than 4x5. I find 4x5 ground glass quite small and annoying to focus on, because the moment you move your loop from one corner to the other, you're hitting the corners. On a 5x7 piece of holder, you've got quite a bit of space to move inside of it, to focus here, to focus here, to focus there. So it's not so annoying. And then when you develop, the sheet is bigger, which means you don't have to enlarge it so much. If you're scanning, like he has an Imacon scanner, 5x7 is going to have more detail than a 4x5. And then also when you're doing contact prints, and for that I brought a couple things we have here. We have a 4x5 contact print here. As you can see, this is basically when I did the Intrepid trip. It's a contact print that will be going to the Kickstarter rewards. And then we have a 5x7. This is 5x7 paper. You can see the size difference on screen. It's way bigger when you're shooting 5x7. It almost is 2 times the size, but the camera is not 2 times in size, and the film is not usually 2 times in price. So I think 5x7, you can see it there on the holder, and we can see this on the holder. So 5x7 is quite nice. And then we have an 8x10, so you can check. 8x10 just makes things massive. As you can see, 5x7 is basically half an 8x10, and I think that's pretty awesome. The only downside to 5x7, like I said, is the options in film stocks. But having Ilford around, having FOMA around, you have Kodak with special orders, you can shoot pretty much every film stock. You just have to be a little bit more on top of your game of ordering film when there's special orders and stocking it if needed. But I think that 5x7 is going to be probably one of the most popular formats in the future, and it's going to have a little revival, which I'm very excited for. Intrepid Cameras just came out with a very inexpensive 5x7. I'm about to pick one up because I think that it's the perfect medium between both, and contact prints in 5x7 really shine a lot. You can put them, I have a problem when I do contact prints on 4x5, they're too small. On 8x10, my family think it's too big, so 5x7 is the perfect size. I really, really like it. I think we should all shoot more 5x7. It should get more love. So Gary, I honestly think you are not going to make a mistake with 5x7. It's so much nicer than 4x5, and it's not such a monster like 8x10. 8x10 is one of those things you buy and then you dream of, like, yes, it's amazing, but damn, am I going to carry that thing everywhere? In exchange, a 5x7 field camera you can carry anywhere you can carry a 4x5, and you have lens selection galore compared to 8x10. And yeah, nobody's shooting it, so you'll be the cool guy in town, which I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but you know what I mean. 5x7 to me is amazing. So yeah, I probably said 5x7 like 1,000 times in this video. Remember, Superfilm support on Mondays. If you have any questions, send your questions below. Also, if you feel like supporting this channel, patreon.com/Nicosphotographyshow helps me keep on making these videos, talking about film photography, answering your questions, whatever they might be, and showing you examples. If you guys want to see a real life comparison shooting 4x5, 5x7, 8x10, I got everything for the scene already, so I could go outside and shoot it, maybe see the difference in lenses and in contact prints and so on. I would pretty much love to do that, but do consider being a Patreon because it would help me make things like that. Well, guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.